connect. You have to connect with quality people. I call them OQP, or you call them the mastermind mentor. People that are moving in the direction of your interest in life. We call them mastermind mentors. What does it called? They must have some level of experience. They must have some systems and structure, because without structure, there is no future. So, and then anybody that you are connecting to actually guide you through a process should be able to some level of millionaire skills. They know millionaire skills. All millionaire skills are all learnable skills, so you can learn them. Number one is called problem solving skills. What does it called? Everything rises and falls on this. So if you are not solving problems, you are part of the problem. So you should be part of the solution, or you are part of the problem. So every entrepreneur you see, Dangote is solving problem, Elon Musk is solving problem. The shoe you are wearing today was created to solve a problem. The chair you are sitting down today was created to solve your clothes. And number two is called leadership skill. So there's no to go and complain to God, nothing is working in my life. It's you now, because you are the leader, first leader of your life. And number three is called people management skills. Number four is called emotional intelligence skills. Number five, self-awareness skills. They are the skills you need to build people, a skill you need to build a team, a skill you need to build an organization. Teamwork makes the dream work. You have to, like Monty Sweet, of course, MTN, Glow, Etisalat, you need to build a community, either a Christian community, a business community, an investment community. You need to build something, and a business family. So the family you build is more important than the one you came out from. So you are in charge here. So you need two relationships. The ones you need to become better, people of high frequency of creativity, you connect with them, and then you will just light up your own candle, and people that need you. So this relationship is called a significant relationship, or you call it a transformational relationship. What does it called? So it's a relationship of transformation, whereby you can actually earn a fortune, 10 or fortune. You can actually earn residual income, 10 or residual income. Okay, so you can see that there are two factors here. There's a factor happening outside of you, and there's a factor happening inside of you. The factors happening outside of you is called contributing factors. What that is called? That the sun, the moon, the weather, the naira, the dollars, your father, your mother, your auntie, your uncle, your president, your governor. These are all factors you can't control. So they contribute to your success. They can make you, they can slow you down, they can delay you, but they can never stop you. What stop me is what is happening inside of us. It's called determining factors. What that is called? So they always tell you, please, though, all the contributing factors, ignore those ones. Determining factors, there are two factors embedded in us, positive and negative, winner and a loser. All of us have these two factors inside of us, all of us. So please always ignore, focus on the positive factors. Tell you, focus on the positive factors. So all the factors I want to focus on is faith, your courage, your vitality, fidelity, commitment, determination. There are factors you need to focus on that will determine your success. Factors you need to ignore. Please let me tell your neighbor, ignore. Ignoring means that you are aware that it's present, but you choose to ignore them. That the negative factors, the loser. Of course, these factors are the fear, your doubt, your anger, your resentment, your hatred. Ignore them, because these are the factors that actually stop men from succeeding. So you are the most important factor. Once you improve, everything will improve. Once you grow, everything will grow. Tell your neighbor, I am the most important factor. Tell your neighbor, you are the most important factor. Okay, so we have been talking about you, since you are the most important factor. So last week, Friday, we saw a training that we need to complete today, and the topic of the class says that 9 habits that keep people poor. So we said, please, don't do these 9 habits. More 9 habits that keep people poor. So 9 habits. 9 habits that keep people poor. So today should be part 2. Okay, so we have the part 2. 27. Say 27, right? Okay. So we have the subtopic which says that you create your habit, and your habit creates you. So you are going to create your habit. So you create your habit, and your habit creates you. Your habit creates you. So there's no say I want to be a superpower, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to be an investor, I want to be, of course, you have to find out the habit of investors, the habit of entrepreneurs. So we said that the 3 habits, 9 of them, number 1, 3 habits is focus habit. 3 focus habits. Number 2, we have 3 financial habits of poor people, so you shouldn't do them. Financial habits, if you do them, you arrive at the destination poor people always arrived. And number 3 fantasy habits. So, fantasies are the things that seems to be impossible, but you create them in your mind. The impossible things, of course, they're not probable, but you create them. And so, what do they create that resists them from achieving their dream? So, last week we started with them. Started defining habit. That habit is a settled or regular practice repeated consistently every day that is difficult to give up. So it's become part of your life. So we also discussed last week that Warren Buffett made something about habit. He said a chain of habits are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. James Clear says habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. So Charles Ripp says, sow a thought and you reap an act. So an act you reap a habit. So habit you reap character. So character you reap destiny. So Benjamin Franklin says, your network to the world is usually determined by what remains after bad habits are subtracted from the good ones. So last week we started the first habit here on the first habit of focusing habits. So we went here and they said number one is that poor people focus on lack more than they focus on abundance. So they focus on lack. That's why they lack more than they focus on abundance. More than they focus on abundance. Okay, so more than they focus on abundance. So they look at it that the every time you meet them, the face the nearer I don't have. Anything ask a poor man, say I don't have. See, they always complain. So last we also established that abundance is not the absence of lack, and lack is not the absence of abundance. That means in lack there's abundance. In abundance there is lack. So you can't come and say this thing is bad. In every problem there are opportunities. In every opportunity there are problems. So abundance is always present in the presence of lack, and lack is always present in the presence of abundance. So focusing on lack is difficult to break, and it's also a detrimental habit to mankind. So we discussed a lot, like the first temptation of man to focus on lack. That out of every tree, Satan also points to the only one that God says you should not eat. So we ended last week's class. We didn't end it very well because time went behind us. Okay, so but no problem. So everything produces after its own kind. So you must be aware of the things that you focus on, because you are going to manifest what predominantly occupy your mind. So today let's start from number 2, focus habit number 2. So it's going to be 3. So number 2, focus habit simply says poor people focus on limitation more than ability. So anybody that is poor people, why they are poor is because they focus on limitations more than ability, more than the ability. So everybody has an ability to cultivate more than the abilities. You have to discover, develop, and duplicate. So, and I would like us to write this on our note. Poor people focus on limitations more than ability. I am not good enough. I don't think I'm possible for it. I'm not fair enough. I'm not dark enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm not short enough. Always focus on the things they don't have. Limitations. Self-limiting beliefs kills poor. See, don't leave I told you everybody have strength and weakness. Everybody, all of us have it. So focus on your strength, that people around you forget that you have a weakness. So let's take today's note, but let me be sure that you are with me till this point. You have written everything down to this point and ready for today's class. Shall I? You are not ready, please shall wait for me. Okay. So for the people that are saying wait for me, please, you have to copy from your neighbor. Copy is allowed, just that don't copy your neighbor's name. So okay, write this down on your notes under that number 2. For people are so focused on what they cannot do that they are not doing what they can do. They are so focused on what they cannot do that they are not doing what they can do. So they are so focused on what they cannot do. I cannot do. So since you cannot do, so what can you do? They are so focused on what they cannot do. I cannot read, I cannot do this, I cannot have time. That is the problem. So you are so focused on what you can do that you cannot do what you can do. They are so focused on what they can do, they cannot do. That they are not doing what they can do. So that is the thing that happens. So the reason to focus on I don't have money. So you don't have money. Can't you think of how to create value? Can't you how to solve problem? Can't you how to create solution to someone else? Can't you source for it? If you can't create, why can't you source? You cannot source. The third one is what? You create, you source, and do what? We forgot it last week. You create, you source, and you paddle. You have to improve on the existing solution. Yes, that is it. So if you improve on it 10%, Brian Tracy said any product you improve by 10% will become the market will receive it as a new product. So I said people are so focused on what they cannot do that are not doing what they can do. So they complain. Nobody's good at everything. No, that is the thing I can tell you. Nobody's good at everything. But if you have enough cognitive ability to understand what I'm saying, that means what I'm talking right now. You have the brain cells to learn more. So people that become successful, medical doctors, lawyers, accountants, entrepreneurs, they all learn in the process. So you cannot be looking at what you cannot do, that you now drop what you can do and say, since you cannot do, why don't you learn? Learning is our superpower. So don't quit on what will give you leverage, because it's trying to be challenging, and you go to what that cannot give you leverage because it's easy to do. Yes, we understand it's easy to do. So you have to do what you can do and not less of what you cannot do. So focus on what you can do and become good at it. Focus on your abilities, focus on your skills, focus on your competence. And there's something called easy hard way principle. The easy and hard way principle. That principle is that if you do what is easy today, tomorrow will be hard. If you do what is hard today, tomorrow will be what? Easy. So write on your note like this. There's an easy and hard principle. The easy and hard principle says easy in the front end, harder at the back end. Harder in the front end, easy at the back end. Easy and hard principle. It says easy on the front end equals hard at the back end. So what is easy today? If you are looking for easy life, you are not disciplined enough. I said there are two pens in life, pen of discipline and pen of regret. So easy and hard principle says easy on the front end equals harder at the back end. On the back end. So harder on the front end equals easy on the back end. So if you are hard today on yourself, cut out your excesses, discipline yourself, subject yourself to a principle, to discipline or practice of wealthy people, you definitely tomorrow be back. So I call them buying your future. I will come and talk about that now, because poor people, they sacrifice the future for the present, and that is a big challenge. But if you sacrifice, of course, the present for the future, that is the best thing to do. So you are working harder on yourself. So they begin to look at their limitations, what they can do, and because of that, they didn't do what they're supposed to do today, because they say, I cannot do this, I don't have money, I don't have time. Okay, this life is hard. Life was not meant to be easy. In its own, life was supposed to be hard. So what's happening is that you are meant to be stronger. So you are waiting for life to be easy. You can pray from now to tomorrow, because the process of life is never easy. Everything in life is always strong. So you are supposed to be strong. Say, I'm strong. So right is that hard things become easy when you get used to doing hard things. That's the thing. Anything that you call hard is always easy when you get used to it. Work is called work and not play, because work is work. You have to put in the work. So hard things become easy when you get used to doing hard things. Write that on your note, very, very important, because you get to look at this note later. Hard things becomes easier when you get used to doing hard things. That is one thing about being hard. And I keep telling you, work is called work because it's not play. That's why it's called. It's not work to do. It's not play. You are not playing. You are putting the work. So that's why it's called work. So you are working for somebody, working for yourself. So don't look at the things you cannot do. Look at the things you can do. You have the abilities to do. So you have hands, you have legs. So what are you complaining about? Poor people, they complain, they justify, and they do what? They blame. That's what they do. So they begin to look at, why do they complain, blame? Because thinking is the hardest habit they don't want to do. That's why it's easy to complain, justify, I'm not good enough, things are not working for me, nobody's supporting me. Well, that's the problem. They think that you are looking at some external factors. No. You are good. Life is subjective. Success is subjective. So it's going to take the shape of who you are on the inside. So you are negative inside, you're going to be negative outside. You cannot be thinking negative and have a positive life. You cannot be thinking small and have a big life. Never. So it's about you working on yourself. It's deliberate action towards becoming the ultimate version of yourself. So because I want to end this class today, and because tomorrow I have something very cooking for you tomorrow, very powerful. Let's go to step number 3. 3 things for focus. 3 focus habits. Number 1, they focus on lack more than abundance. They focus on limitation more than what? Ability. Number 3, they focus on losses more than accomplishment. Number 3, 1, 2, 3. They focus on losses more than accomplishment. So everybody have encountered loss in life. Everybody. Life happens to everybody, in case you don't know. Life happens to everybody. Rich, broke, poor. Life. Your own might be money, your own might be true there. But we ignore them. Totally ignoring them. Thomas Edison, before he invented electric bulb, tried over and over and over and over and over. The energy that he used to try again after he fell, because we know that failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. It's part of it. So you cannot be telling me, hey, that's how I tried this one, you know what, I tried not work. No, that you try not work, that means you do not know. See, businesses don't fail. People fail. People don't fail. They don't know enough. Maybe you did not hear that very well. Help me tell your neighbor. Businesses don't fail. People fail enough. It's not There's something you did not know. And that's the missing puzzle. So instead of calling yourself a failure, don't target yourself. Target as an event. Don't target yourself because when you say, hey, I try, missing work. No. No. See, your definitions is very important in life. Life rewards you according to definition. So you have to reframe every negative situation in a way that will empower you because you are self-fulfilling prophecy. So you begin to look at yourself as a failure. It's difficult to become successful in life. You need to look at events that happen. It's happened to every great man. All of us. Of course, Nelson Mandela was put in the prison. Mary Slessor was having a little big challenge before she stopped the killing of twins. Everybody that tried something. Dangote today, you see, success. The guy has opened 3 banks. The thing collapsed. Maybe that story, you've not heard about it. Maybe one of these I will play it for you so you can see. They have tried something that did not work. Dangote not just start one business, he just started working. Most of these great men you see, Microsoft, Elon, they'll get most of the time in just a room, some garage. So because they understand that temporary defeat is not a permanent failure. Let me tell your neighbor, temporary defeat is not a permanent failure. That you try something that did not work does mean that you don't try again. It's called testing and tweaking. What does it called? That's the definition. So we define it in a way that will empower us. That you try a relationship did not work before doesn't mean that all the men are bad, all the women are bad. Me, I don't want to try again. No, me, I'm done. You break the table. Because don't you know, as an entrepreneur, you're supposed to be positive. As an entrepreneur, you're supposed to be thinking big, great, breakthrough, abundance. You shouldn't have, as an entrepreneur, you're thinking negative, it will affect you. Because see, your life manifests what predominantly occupy your mind. So one of the 3 things that people focus on, they focus on lack. Turn on lack. They always focus on lack instead of abundance. Number 2, they focus on limitations. Turn on limitations. Number 3, they focus on losses. Turn on losses. Let's go to the 3 financial habits. The 3 financial habits poor people do. That's why you should never you try this habit. If you see them in your house, please don't just pray and fast. Get a mentor, get an accountability partner, get someone that can guide you through accountability because you cannot modify what you're not accounting for, what you are not documenting. You cannot modify what you're documenting. So the first financial habit poor people do, don't ever do this. Number 3 financial habits. Number 1 here is that for money. If you ever trade time for money, you can trade your time for but not money. Why is money? Is money. So time is a universal currency. Why this is not a universal currency? So time is unlimited. Is limited resources. We have 24 hours in a day. You can only spend 24 hours in a day. Why? Money is a limited liability. So this is a limited liability. So you cannot spend something of quality to something of less quality. So that is why we wealthy men, we already know that the only solution for us to be wealthy is to buy people's time. We call it OPT, other people's time. What does it call? We use that celebrate. Sometimes we use OPM, other people's money. What does I say? And other people. So it's a skill you need to learn. Don't tell me I'm too busy to learn. You see, if you're too busy to learn, it's like a bad attitude that is a flat tire. Until you change the tire, the vehicle will give you a problem. Bad attitude is like a flat tire. Turn up, neighbor. Bad attitude is like a flat tire. It's not going to get you anywhere until you change it. So what's attitude? The way you think and feel about yourself. So the way we think, the way we feel. There's a way we think that makes us succeed in life. There's a way we feel. Because your thinking capacity will determine the size of your life. Because your words frames your thought. So that thing you are thinking, when you open your mouth, you tell who you are. Remember, don't ever forget in Egypt that as a man in his heart, so is him. So is the man. So poor people, they trade their time for money. I see people telling me, I'm looking for a job, and also this is a poor person because no matter how much you trade your time for money, they buy you wholesale. Tell wholesale, and your boss will return. I've been saying this. He pays you more than 10% of your worth. Nobody, even me, I don't pay. So that means your boss will look at your brain, how they can use your brain to make 1 million naira in a month, so they can pay you 100,000. Nobody pays you more than that. But someone to pay you 5 million in a month, 500,000 naira in a month. That means you're actually using your brain to make 5 million naira. If we find out that your brain cannot produce that 1 million naira, we'll sack you. Tell us, sack. And that will give you suspension. Not just easy way to sack. Because see, some say they're using it. Why would they not use it? You only use things that are useful. Tell your neighbor. Human being use things that are useful. You don't use useless things. Now, these things that are useless to you, you don't use it. So the fact is that since you keep throwing your time for money, you cannot rich in life. You cannot become wealthy in life. Okay, you can be rich about an asset. And it takes a longer time because you are going to be paid retail. They're going to buy. That is the problem. So before they finish 35 years, you don't die. So please, you are working. I want to tell you something. You are not working to of your income to buy asset is greater than money. Time is go get am. I can time is go get am. I can no now. No now. You must leverage on other place time. The shortest cut. Time is not money. First is greater than money. Time is far greater than money. Write it down. You know, don't work for money. Don't ever work for money. Your primary reason is never to work for money. It's to work to create value. Don't work for money. Work to build a system and structure. Work to build. Don't work for money. Come on. Work to build a system and structure. Like this. Don't work for money. Work to create value and build system and structure around it. Work to create value. Don't work for money. Come on. Work to create value and build system and structure around it for duplication. Don't work for money. Work to create value. Bracket to product or service. That is value. Product or service. Work to create value and build a system and structure around it for duplication. Because we duplicate system and structure. That's what it means. Don't work for money. Work to create value. Bracket to product or services and build system and structure around it for duplication. Don't work for money. Work to create value. Bracket to product or services. Bracket closes. And build system and structure around it for duplication. And replicate yourself with leverage. Replicate yourself. So you duplicate system and structure, you replicate yourself with leverage. So we don't work for money, work to create value, product or services, build system and structure around it for duplication, and replicate yourself with leverage that will enable you to get paid as residual income. Full stop. So why do you replicate yourself? Leverage. Why do you have to duplicate? I tell you, entrepreneurs don't work in the business. We work on our business. You can start working in the business, but over the time you stop working in and start working on. On means that you're working on people that are in the business. If your hand is involved, you can become wealthy in life. You'll be like octopus. They're everywhere. The job of entrepreneur is vision and relationship, connection. Relationship and connection. That is it. You have to think and then communicate. That is the job. So if you're not enjoying the job of a CEO or MD, okay, you die poor now. You become self-employed. You become, of course, what they call it, self-employed, or you call what I call no, the one I'm looking for solopreneur. Thank you, solopreneur. That means everything starts and ends with you. You are the purchasing manager, delivery manager, you are the production manager, you are the everywhere. You die poor. The entrepreneurship journey will tire you. How can it be everything? No, you must use your mind and leverage. So no leverage. So don't work for money. Work to create value, build system and structure around it for duplication, and replicate yourself with leverage that will enable you to get paid as residual income. So don't be addicted to salary or paycheck. Don't be addicted. You know, sometimes, this thing is just for managing poverty. Nobody pays salary to be a billionaire. Nobody. I told you, go and check the top 100 millionaires in the world. They are not salary earners. So we are paying salary to manage poverty. Turn off poverty. Never told you to do anything serious with it. If like your salary is 500,000, have 50 million naira project. Your boss doesn't send. It's called transaction. It's not transaction. So the only thing we care about is transaction. So the first thing you do to become poor in life is to trade your time for money. Once you trade your time for money, we know already. In fact, someone like me, because success is predictable. What did I say? Success is predictable. So I can predict something because success leave clues. Then our success leave clues. If you say you succeeded, let us know how you succeeded. If you cannot explain, we know it's a mistake. You can't repeat it. So you should leave a clue. So when I see the clue of somebody's success, I don't need to pray and fast because this is that poverty is a habit, wealth is a habit, poverty is a behavior, wealth is a behavior. There's not someone behave, this one, even in 100 years, you will still die broke and poor. Because me, I don't want you to die broke and poor. This year, money must work for you. Say amen. Money must meet money in your hand. Say amen. So the thing is that it's not just amen. There's some information you need to have that will give you that power. It will give you that audacity. It will give you that advantage in society. So that is what we are sharing with you right now. So don't ever trade your time for money. Number two thing a poor man do that poor people do, 9 habits. Number one, they trade their time for money. That's financial habit. Number two, the habit of trading money for bills. Habit of trading money for bills. Habit of trading money for bills. The work to just money for bills. For bills. So you tell a poor man, why are you working? He say, I'm in your house rent, children's school fee. That you never tell about investment. There's no asset in his mind. So the purpose of him working is to pay bills. That's why you see what happens. I need to collect that salary. They hand over to every wealthy man. Whenever they collect salary, they pay the bread, pay the hair, pay the shoe, pay MTN, pay Glow, buy DSTV. They pay everybody. They don't pay themselves. That's why they're poor. We are supposed to pay yourself first before tithe, before offering. You must pay yourself first. Say, I pay myself first. I pay myself first. That money you pay yourself 10%, minimum of 10%. You know, make it no less. That's 10%, it can be more than 10%. That money is to use the money to buy assets, an asset. Because it's not the money you save that will save you. It's the money you invest that will save you. Write it down your note. It's not the money you save that will save you. It's the money you invest that will save you. Once you save money, put money to rest. Once you invest money, put money to work. It is not the money you save that will save you. Like if you save money, you're gonna spend it on emergency, and emergency will come. Rainy day will come. You're gonna squander it. It's not the money you save that will save you. It's the money you invest that will save you. When you save money, you put it to rest. When you invest money, you put it to work. So never you work for money, never you work for money, and never you work for money to buy bills. If you work to pay bills, your name now sorry, you can work for 50 years. You already know. My mother worked for government now for 35 years. So I used to tell mommy, when I was in fact, I began to read financial books, think and grow rich, read that part, I begin to read, I begin to realize things. I went back and talk to my mama, mommy, please, don't be working to use the money to pay. Because there's a wealth file. See, we live in the world of cause and effect. So for every cause, there's an effect. For every effect, there's a cause. I said that that it's not the money you save that will save you. It's the money that you invest that will do what? If you've written that down, shall I? If you've not written it down, shall wait for me. Village people are always around me. Okay, no problem. I told that when you save money, put money to rest. When you invest money, put money to work. So the primary purpose of money is to buy. Write it down your note. The primary purpose of money is to buy income generating assets that will in turn produce more money for you that you use to pay bills. The primary purpose of money is to buy an income generating asset that will produce the money you will use to pay bills. That means I call it the children of your money. So when you work, that money is the mother. That mother needs to give birth to a child before you use that child to spend it. So you work, the primary purpose of money is to buy income generating assets called investment, bracket investment. That you in turn use the money from the investment or the asset to pay your bills. So don't ever work to pay bills directly. So you're working is to buy assets. Buy treasury bills, bond, mutual fund, real estate. So that's how to work. So you might not use all your money, you can do percentage. Use 10%, 20%. Every money you earn, you pay yourself 10% for 1 month, 2 months. It's called delayed gratification. Use that money over time. After 3 months, you must have saved money. Use the money to buy assets. Don't just see there are two. There's a law called the law of duality. The law of duality states that everything is two in life twice. So everything is two. So for every up, there's a down. For every left, there's a right. 2 eyes, 1 sight. 2 nostrils, 1 nose. 2 lips, 1 mouth. 2 legs, 1 movement per time. So one leg is business, 1 leg is investment. As we do business, the next thing is investment. As we do business, is investment. So it's not when I have more money, I will do investment I like. That's why if you stand on 1 leg, all your body weight is on that 1 leg. Yes or yes? Yes. So 1 leg is business, 1 leg is investment. So for you to gain balance in life, you must stand on the 2 legs. So if you stand on 1 leg, work, chop, because all your financial bills depends on that business, that job, that salary. No matter how much you pray and fast, do 100 days and fasting. God has given you. God has told my people. He said, my people means people that are with me are perishing because of lack of knowledge. You can be born again, speak in tongues. Poverty will use to brush mouth. That will not be your portion. Say amen. Amen. No, now tell your neighbor. Poverty is bad. Tell your neighbor, money is good. Your neighbor did not hear it. Tell your neighbor, poverty is difficult to explain. I don't know how many minutes I have now. Okay, I have some minutes to finish this class. So let's look at number 3 habits. Number 1, poor people trade their time for money. Don't do that. If you do that, I'm predicting your future already for you. Number 2, they get that money to pay bills. Number 3, the 3 things that poor people do that if you do them, your name now sorry. The habit of trading their future. The habit of trading their future for present. The habit of trading their future for the present. So the habit of trading their future for present. So they like to enjoy. I already told you that everybody likes enjoyment. So for every wealthy man, we actually discipline ourselves. Not that we don't like enjoyment, but we discipline ourselves. They're not disciplined. So what am I trying to say? Write this on your note. Very important. When you trade your future for the present, it's called indulgence. Indulgence. When you trade for your future for present, it's called indulgence. When you trade your present for the future, it's called sacrifice. When you trade your future for the present, it's called indulgence. That is neglecting. When you trade your future for the present, you sell your future because of today, like Esau. Yeah, for mundane things of life. It's called indulgence. When you trace your present for tomorrow's gain. So you know that tomorrow you need resources to spend. So you let go of today's pleasure like Joseph did. My master's wife, I know if you do this evil thing now, because I have a future. I have a future to secure. There's something God showed me, and this might be the short short circuit my life. We involve in these things. It will distract our future. I remember that time my father used to take us to Scripture Union. You know, I didn't like the Scripture Union package. I must tell you, almost all my holidays I was in Scripture Union camp. I didn't like it. I got no future again. You will be indulged in so many bad habits, bad friends. So he didn't like it, but my father understood better. Now I understood because I'm a father now. I now understand that, oh, this my father, what my father was doing to me was after he goes, I tell you, I never liked any of those Scripture Union camp. I never enjoyed anything about Scripture Union. If I was so big, I was so bitter. But my father was helping me to sacrifice that my present for a future gain. So he helped my life. Now I'm understanding better because there are so many habits that I could not form. It doesn't work now because when you train a child when he grows up, he will not depart from it. So you can see. So when you begin to sacrifice your 10% for today, paying yourself 10%, sacrificing that 10% because you want to buy assets for the future. Nobody eats with 10 fingers in his mouth and become rich and wealthy in this life. Pray from now to tomorrow. Once there's a 10 finger in your mouth, you work everything in your mouth and can predict your future. I know what you arrive at. You arrive at poverty. That is poverty. Poverty is the bad thing that happens to a person. That the best thing is a good man leaveth inheritance to his children. Yes or yes? Yes. So I want you to sacrifice your present pleasure for tomorrow gain. So that tomorrow we'll go on vacation to Dubai, Bahamas. So that tomorrow buy private jet tomorrow. But people will see us tomorrow and think that we just started. No. It was not an event. It wasn't a one event. It was a process. Process. So it's called sacrifice. Sacrificing today for tomorrow's gain is called sacrifice. But if you sacrifice today's tomorrow and enjoy it for the present, it's called indulgence. So stop getting yourself. Sacrifice is when you let go of something of lower nature to take hold of something of higher nature. So sacrifice your future for immediate gratification is going to, for a pleasure, is going to kill you. But when you get to the future, there's nothing there. You're eating your future now. You've eaten your future today, so nothing again. So you're going to live, of course, broke and poor. You ate everything, ate your future. So anything that is valuable and harder than those things that are not valuable. So, and it also takes time. So you have to understand that people becomes impatient when they are more concerned about the pleasure of today. So you shouldn't be concerned about the pleasure of today because you make it to become impatient. Yeah, I mean, telling you that money doesn't fulfill what it promises. So if you think that when I have 1 million naira, I know get problem again, I lie. You have 1 million naira, I have 1 million naira. See, when I have 10 million naira, I want a problem again, I lie. See, more money, more problem, more responsibility. Me tell you a thing like that now. When I have 100 million, I will not have problem, I lie. Did I make 100 million? I have 100 million now. 200 million, I have 200 million now. So the problem is that if you're not faithful in little things, you cannot be faithful in that. If you're not happy being broke, you cannot be happy when you are rich. If you're happy when you are broke, you cannot be happy because money just amplify, magnify, of course, dignify. Money brings out more of who you are. So it's not, you don't have money problem. That's the thing. So this I'm telling you this so that you know that people write this on your notes. Successful people have willingness and ability to sacrifice the present on the altar of the future. Every successful person. Successful people, all of us, to sacrifice the present. All successful people. Messi, Ronaldo, name them, and the willingness, okay, to sacrifice the present on the altar of the future. All of you think I like to read book. All of you think that no, I don't like to read book, but just that is what successful do. So I'm ready to do it. It's tiring, reading and writing. You think I like it? No, but I'm ready to do what poor people don't want to do. So I'm going to be rich. So you must do what rich people do that poor people are not willing to do. So they know what to do. They better complain. So do you think I can prepare? I told you already. I can prepare PowerPoints like PPT to come and teach you, but I will deny you the opportunity to be part of the process. I already know that the weakest ink is stronger than the strongest man. I already know that if I deny you the process, you cannot be transformed. You'll be reformed. Without the process, you can never sustain results. Without the process, you can never sustain outcome. The discipline you form in the process will help you to sustain the outcomes and the results. And the only way is to put you through. Because when you write, your hand is involved, your eyes involved, your brain involved, all part of your body involved. That is a transformational process. And the lowest thing you can ever do to become a transformed, better person is to write. So if you are not ready to write, I know you'll be a work. So that's why we sacrifice. We are willing to sacrifice today's gain, today's pleasure for tomorrow's sacrifice a present on the altar of the future gain. So that is three things poor people do with their money. They work for money, they trade their money for bills, and they also want to. You see a poor man, he will be smoking his cement, smoking his blocks. After he must smoke everything he has. How can a poor person, when they get one land, carry a week of 700,000, one plot of land? On his head, come empty brain. He carry week Brazilian woman hair, 500,000. They have 2, 3, and on with that, no, you don't get land, you don't get any investment, no trade, no bond, and they carry iPhone 15 Pro Max of this is my own. I think 15 Pro Max. Yeah, they bought it at 2.8 million. So poor man will carry him. He go see me carry the phone. He go only one carrier. You know, no say. You see, wahala. You see me drive Mercedes Benz. One family will go drive Mercedes Benz. Okay, I not buy the Mercedes Benz today. Maybe today we buy them. So leave this thing. Focus on buying assets. You know, assets. That's it to pay your bills. That's how we think. We think differently. That's why we are having different results. Poor man think different. That's having different results. It's called attitude. The way you think and feel about yourself. Let me go to the last one because tomorrow I have a very important class. You cannot miss today's class for anything. Let's look at the 3 fantasy habits. Fantasy. What do poor people fantasize about? Fantasy is simply an imagination of impossible things. So let me define fantasy for you, so you understand fantasy very well. Fantasy is an imagination of impossible things, impossible and improbable. That is not probable. That is not going to have probable things. Fantasy is imagination of impossible and improbable things. So when a man begins to fantasize, so fantasy is good, though. It's good to be fantasized, but the positive one, not the negative one I want to mention now. Fantasy is simply an imagination, it's an image nation, it's a picture nation of impossible and improbable things. So what if a poor man sits down, what does he fantasize about? I'm going to show you today. But if a rich man sits, what does he fantasize about? I'm going to show you today. So they think that we fantasize about different things. Fantasy is an imagination of impossible and improbable things. So you are going to create a mental picture. You should not create a mental picture for negative things, brother. No. That's why you are broke. That's why you are poor. Not because I told you the level of creation. There are 3 levels of creation: the picture in your mind, the words of your mouth, and the actions you take. That's it. So once you are creating a negative picture of impossible things that is negative, and then also confess it and take action, your life will move in that direction, and it's difficult to come back, except to go back to start the process again. Fantasize positive things, say positive things, and then take positive action. So fantasy is simply an imagination of impossible and improbable things. So fantasy is a product of imagination of big ideas and unrealistic events. So this thing we call fantasy is something that is it seems to be unrealistic. So what do people create? What kind of unrealistic events do they create for themselves that prevent them from becoming successful? So I'm going to share with you right now. So if you are not happy when you are broke, you'll not be happy when you are rich. Money and wealth only multiplies, amplify, magnify who you are in life. So if you are not content you cannot be content with much. So the fantasy they have. Number one fantasy of a dream house. Fantasy of a dream house. They're not willing to fantasy of a dream house. Poor man, they tell you, oh, if I don't, they carry all their money, and then start that dream house they want to buy. Instead of use that money to buy assets first. So they don't want to. Instead of thinking about investment asset, they think about a dream house. That's why they start. They never complete the house. That's why you see, my father was building and he cannot rule the house, and my father is dead now. We have to sell uncompleted to bury the man. Imagine that kind of a thing. So why are you laughing? I'm serious. Poor people sell assets to bury liability. Why would you want to impress people who don't care about you? I get my father a befitting burial. Okay? I don't know. I don't understand. You sell a land to go and bury that person. Oh, but who are you trying to impress? I don't understand. Must you cook food? Must you kill cow? I get my father befitting burial. Who cares? See, that's what poor people do. Why would you sell land to them? Just buy coffin. Who won't come? Make it come. Make them come, please. Put the man for granted. After all, Make I not continue. Make I not break table today. I'm going to break a table now. Can you borrow money and be doing wedding? Are you normal? Are you normal? Nobody will flog you. In fact, the real marriage start after that wedding, that event. Yes or yes? You want to cook for the whole world. They will come and eat and go back. And then you're not stranded and be paying debt in new marriage. Why would the marriage have problem when you are certain? I cannot go there today. See, where I got my first child, I did party, everybody chop, spend money, print diary, print books. Second one, they told my father, this thing cannot be like this. I know if you do this thing, I cannot be doing this naming ceremony and dedication. I told my pastor, only your wife will come for naming ceremony. When I finish, I don't want anybody for church, make anybody rest. My dedication, I told my pastor, see, this money I want to use and spend and feed the whole church, feed the village. I no go do them. I'll get that money, go buy land, give my son. So what I go do, I'll call my father, call my mother, call my father-in-law, my mother-in-law. We'll come to your phase 3. Nobody even midweek service, no son. Now for phase 3, we will dedicate my son. You know, like I'm pastor cry. This I say, you know, concern me. Now only 23 people, I go crunches, buy 23 food, buy 23 drinks, go pastor phase 3. My wife stand, I stand, the son stand. My pastor, my mom and pastor, now do we dedicate the child? You know dedicate? You know dedicate? I know do again. I don't tire. I know do again. I got that money over, buy land, give my son. Imagine say as I do at my party, is that my son, I did not do your dedication because I buy land for you at the 1,000. I'll forgive my father. I'll carry the land. Yes or yes? My dedication, they cook rice, I know. They cook rice, put all those chopping back. Now then chop. Now they still talk back and again my papa. They say my papa no they do anything. After they want chop rice and chicken finish, you know they happen again. No way, no way, no way, no way. During my marriage, I go rent a 2-lane Shake Grace Arena, cook food, do buffet. Upon the buffet I give, people still come just say they no chop food. Buffet, if they don't carry food, they go back house. You cannot please war. No need to start. In today I want marry. I don't go do all those things now. I kind of money, but don't buy 2 acres of land by now. The money I spend in my marriage. Do traditional way, do white wedding, all of them. I don't even do 2. Now one I go even do. Now one I go do. I go just go do village on do, but I do now small something for just do. Wear that something for inside parlor. Then go church, do my pastor, dedicators, go court, do snap picture, finish, carry my money, go buy property. I don't even send anybody because all those things you please do. So they don't ship that rice, come out, ship everything, but they don't forget them. They don't forget the rice. Yes or yes? So poor people, they want to please people. Yeah, you're in Doro. No, nobody send you for this life. Make I take wake up. Tell now wake up. You want to please the whole one and begin sell land and bury somebody. If I catch you, if people I talk to, you can't even try that thing. If I can't even hear God, you can't slap. I will give you go turn 360 before you come back. Your brain don't reset. Yes or yes? Number 2, poor people they fantasize of a drinker. Fantasy of a drinker. Fantasy of a dream car. My dream car is Rolls Royce, but I cannot because I want to buy Rolls Royce. I thought it Corolla. I mean Corolla, Highlander, and then Lexus and Mercedes Benz. So I start small. I cannot carry all my money to go pay for Rolls Royce. Then come day broke never. So I go start from where I did. Use this for mobility first. Yes, for mobility. But my investment will buy me Rolls Royce. So, but that is that. So they tend to stop their life. They hold on to this earthly thing as if saying, I do or die affair. Sometimes let go of this thing. So the fantasy they have that is impossible for them, they sacrifice everything just for that fantasy and it become broke and poor. It's good to have big fantasy, but start from where you are. Don't tell me because I must do this thing. So I must start with 210. So you cannot start with 69,990. Okay, start from where you are now. That is your level for now. Grow, tell not grow. It's good to have a big picture, but start from where you are. Stop telling me, no go hang close. When you know if you come out and when rain start. Now you jump, go hang close. Now rain don't start. Come and play forward, you no go backward. If you jump, your leg no reach down. You know if you hang, I come for those make it. We don't do go up. So that's the thing. So the last thing they do is fantasize of a dream career. Fantasy of a dream career. House, car, and career. That's why to keep them poor. That's how they keep them poor. So because they say see on the me like this when they talk to you. I'm not plan say I go be who I be today. My part thinks I go become medical doctor. That's what he plan. Me too, as doctor, medicine and surgery no good work now. I go to electrical engineering. Now, as electrical engineer, no way I can't do like this. See now, because so you have to be flexible. You have to let me say you the whole something say I must continue. Who's you? See that then with my 2-1 on ground. I know, and I'm even happy. But I make no money more than most of my classmates that are still looking for a job. Because of fantasy, I must get job in mobile. Now they reach today. So this thing you have to understand that life on its own is not an easy thing. So you have to be flexible. Because every champion always be strategized. What did I say? Every champion always be strategized. So feeling of play evaporates faster, feeling of work compound and last longer. So don't do these 9 things poor people do. Number one thing a poor man do. 3 focus habits, 3 financial habits, 3 fantasy habits. Focus habit, they focus on lack instead of abundance. They focus on limitation instead of abilities. Focus on losses, their losses. Start counting their losses to you. That's why the Bible will not say count your blessings, cancel, and not losses. God can't losses to cripple now. Number 3, financial habits. They work for money, they trade, they use the money to buy bills, and they sacrifice future for today. That's a bad habit. Fantasize for a dream car, a dream house, and a dream job. So please don't do these things. Do the opposite, and your future will become great. Because I want you to become a celebrity. I want money to meet money in hand. I want money to work for you. I want you to buy more assets. I want you to be wealthy. I want you to leave wealth to your children, and that is how your life is going to be. So thank you so much. That's the best we can take today. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Online community, please let me talk to you a little bit. Please don't get involved in a business without a mentor. I'm giving you professional advice. I'm not joking, because mentorship is a little shortcut to success. And he that stands on the shore of mentors will see far. See you tomorrow. See you at the top. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.